Well, one might say it has been a long time. Well, I guess winter does that to a person. I have been in semi-hibernation mode. I'm still keeping up, living large, thinking big, etc., but my YouTube shite has been slow, I suppose. So, I just thought I'd update. Well, as far as my life goes, I've been keeping pretty busy. I've been working with Snakey on this new project. It's a lot of fun. We click, obviously. I also just started school as a professional to train as a professional dog trainer, and I'm really excited about it. I've always wanted to do more with animals, and I think that this is going to be really good. I want to volunteer with the ASPCA after I get my certificate, aside from, working for the upper class here in New York. Now, as far as news and all those things, I think I'm going to have to limit myself today, just because I can't put an hour-long YouTube video, and I don't want to edit that much. I just got off of work. Give me a break. So, we're just going to stick with one subject today. And that subject is, drumroll please, Afghanistan. I don't think many of you know this, but I actually have a very personal tie with Afghanistan, as my mother, my father, and my younger brother lived in Kabul for a couple of years. So when I hear about Afghanistan, it's their stories, their theories, their experiences that come first to mind. Now, recently, we have been hearing a lot about Afghanistan ever since Obama came into the White House. We've been hearing talk of how bad it's gotten, that it's worse than when we got there, that Obama is going to be sending more troops into Afghanistan, and how it's more winnable than Iraq. Well, let's address the first fact, that it has gotten way worse than when we got there, and it's just horrible right now. Well, I think it's pretty obvious that it was going to get worse. I mean, the Bush administration basically went in there, took down a government, and then kind of left. We took a whole lot of troops out of there at that time, and just kind of left and hoped that these tribes that haven't gotten along forever, would agree on a government. It's kind of silly of us. Second of all, let's address this whole war factor. Now, I know you guys all know that my stance on war is a little bit optimistic, some people would say. I don't believe in war. I don't believe that as human beings we should have war. I mean, we claim to be a higher species of animal, but when it comes down to it, to war and other things like it, we are no different. And the fact of the matter is, and I know you all are sick of hearing this already, but it can't be stressed enough. We aren't in war with a country. We are in war with a group of extremists, a group of people. And this group of people have intertwined themselves with the innocent. There you have the main problem. You see, if we take it on like a war, there is absolutely no chance of us winning. We will end up killing and pissing off a lot of the innocent people, thus turning innocent people into people that are very angry because we killed their loved ones. In the long run, we will be fighting against ourselves, and I think the first step that we need to take is not military, but rather reaching out to the innocent, helping them, making sure that they feel safe enough to the point where they can practically push out whatever extremist group is trying to take over the country at the time being. My mom and my dad actually, they kind of were doing something like that. My dad was over there, he was teaching people to grow and store crops correctly, crops that weren't poppies, mind you. And my mom was working widows into the workforce, because if you're a woman and you live in Afghanistan and your husband dies, unless your family or your husband's family take you in, you and your children are pretty much fucked. And that's because your status as a woman in Afghanistan is the same as your husband's status. So once your husband dies, you're left with no status. If we reach out to these people, I think, and help them and give them other options than working for an extremist group, and just really help them get on their feet, I think we'll be helping them more than a war ever could. I mean, maybe this is just terribly optimistic of me, but it makes sense, right? A lot of you are going to tell me, and I realize this, that we barely have the resources to keep our own people afloat. How are we going to do this? I don't know. But you could say the same for a war. How the hell are we supposed to fight a war right now when we're in such an economic crisis? Either option I really don't see happening in the near future, but the people of Afghanistan are really quite a beautiful people. People I've met, the people that my parents have met, they're very beautiful souls. And people need to realize that they're not all this extremist group. It's actually a very small amount of people are this extremist group. You know, before the Taliban came in, Afghanistan was fairly westernized for a Middle Eastern country. A lot of people don't realize that, I think. But that's all for today. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Even though it's early. Got a bit of a cold. So I hope all of you are living well and you've had a beautiful day amidst my rainy day niceness. Peace and love from Manhattan to Manhattan. Good night, everybody.